There is a particular smell in a quiet, cool root cellar early in the morning. It is a clean, sharp scent, faintly like the air right after a heavy thunderstorm rolls over the valley. That smell comes from a simple brown bottle of 3% hydrogen peroxide, sitting quietly on a rough-hewn pine shelf. You look at that $1 bottle, and then you look at the average American household. Near their sinks and in their cupboards, you will find a specialty mold and mildew remover. You will find a specialty grout whitener. You will find a specialty fruit and vegetable soak. You will find a specialty plant fungicide. You will find a specialty earwax removal drop. You will find a specialty stain remover for blood and grass. You will find a specialty mouthwash for gum health. You will find a specialty dishwasher sanitizing rinse. You will find a specialty cutting board cleaner. You will find a specialty color-safe bleach alternative for linens. The modern industry just repackaged the cheap traditional item in brightly colored plastic to make money. The old item was not lost, it was simply forgotten. Today, we are discussing the real chemistry of hydrogen peroxide. We will not deal in rumors, but rely on facts from the CDC guidelines for disinfection and university agricultural extensions. But first, let us speak plainly and clear the air. Folks oversell this. It does not cure serious diseases. It is not a daily tonic to be swallowed for longevity, and it will not purify a heavily contaminated pond into safe drinking water. That is the honest claim, and it is enough. We will begin with seed germination. The industry lie is selling you a specialty seed, starting germination fluid or expensive pre-treated seeds. The method is simple. Mix 1 ounce of 3% peroxide with 1 pint of water. Soak your older seeds in this for exactly 20 minutes before planting, then rinse them clean. The science is straightforward. The extra oxygen atom in the solution breaks down the hard outer seed coat and destroys surface pathogens, signaling the dormant embryo to wake up. Our grandfathers used this trick to ensure stored seeds did not waste a planting season. The honest scope is to never leave them soaking longer than 20 minutes, or you will burn the seed and it will not sprout at all. You save a $15 specialty bottle with 2 cents of peroxide. Second is treating root rot in the garden. The industry lie is a specialty synthetic agricultural fungicide. The method is mixing 4 tablespoons of peroxide into a gallon of water and watering the soil around the struggling yellowing plant. The real chemistry shows that the extra oxygen oxygenates the waterlogged roots, killing the anaerobic bacteria that cause the rot to spread. Traditional farmers used this method to save their crops after heavy, unseasonable spring floods. The honest scope is to only use this when rot is actively present, not as a daily watering habit, as it can disrupt beneficial soil microbes over time. You save $20 on chemical soil treatments. Third is washing hard-skinned vegetables from the market. The industry lie is a specialty foaming produce wash. The method is to fill a clean basin with water. Add a 1/4 cup of peroxide, soak the vegetables for 5 minutes, and scrub them under a cold rinse. The science relies on oxidation, which destroys the cell walls of surface bacteria like listeria and degrades pesticide residues. Old-timers did this for root cellar storage to prevent winter rot from taking hold of the harvest. The honest scope is to avoid using this on soft, porous fruits like raspberries or mushrooms, which will absorb the liquid and ruin the texture. You save $10 a bottle. Fourth is the sanitation of wooden cutting boards. The industry lie is a specialty food-safe surface sanitizer spray. The method is to wash your wooden board with plain soap and water. Spray undiluted 3% peroxide across the surface, let it fizz for 10 minutes, and wipe it down with a damp cloth. The fizzing you see is the real chemistry at work. An enzyme called catalase in the bacteria reacts with the peroxide, destroying the cell walls through rapid oxidation. Amish kitchens have relied on this for decades after processing meat on the butcher block. The honest scope is to ensure the board is fully dry before storing it in a cupboard to prevent the wood from warping. You save $8 on kitchen sanitizing sprays. Fifth is removing blood and organic stains from fabric. The industry lye is a specialty enzymatic laundry stain pen. The method is to pour peroxide directly onto a fresh blood or grass stain. Let it foam until the stain lifts to the surface and rinse immediately with cold water. The science is the rapid breakdown of the porphyrin rings in red blood cells, which hold the dark pigment. Our mothers kept a bottle in the laundry room specifically for knee scrapes and farm injuries. The honest scope is to test it on colored fabrics first, as it can gently bleach dark dyes if left sitting too long. You save $7 a tube. Sixth is whitening dingy linens. The industry lye is an expensive color-safe bleach or chemical optical brightener. The method is to add 1 cup of peroxide to your washing machine during the whitewash cycle. The science relies on mild oxidative bleaching that lifts graying soils, and sweat stains without degrading the cotton fibers the way harsh chlorine bleach does. Plain folk use this to keep their white caps and Sunday shirts crisp. The honest scope is that it will not remove heavy grease or oil stains. It is meant only for organic dinginess. You save $12 on premium laundry additives. Seventh is cleaning tile and stone grout. The industry lye is a specialty caustic grout whitener. The method is to mix peroxide with enough baking soda to form a thick paste. Scrub it into the grout lines with an old brush, let it sit for 30 minutes, and wipe it clean with a wet rag. The science is the mechanical abrasion of the soda combined with the gentle bleaching oxidation of the peroxide. This kept the dairy house tiles clean without releasing harsh fumes into the air. The honest scope is to wear sturdy gloves, as the alkaline paste will severely dry and crack your skin. You save $15 on caustic bleaching gels. Eighth is removing skunk odor from a dog. The industry lye is a specialty pet deskunking shampoo sold at the veterinarian. The method is mixing 1 quart of peroxide, a 1/4 cup of baking soda, and a teaspoon of mild dish soap. Wash the dog immediately with this mixture, being careful around the eyes, and rinse very well. The real chemistry shows the oxygen chemically alters the thiols, which are the stubborn sulfur compounds in the skunk spray, neutralizing the odor completely rather than just masking it. Homesteaders passed this recipe around the rural routes in the 1980s when commercial washes failed them. The honest scope is to never store this mixture in a closed bottle, as the expanding oxygen gas will burst the container. You save $25 on a vet-grade wash. Ninth is oral care for minor mouth sores. The industry lye is a specialty medicated mouthwash. The method is to mix equal parts peroxide and water. Swish the liquid in your mouth for 30 seconds and spit it out completely. The science points to its antimicrobial properties, reducing the bacterial load around a minor canker sore, promoting faster healing by keeping the wound clean. Frugal folks have kept a brown bottle in the medicine cabinet for this exact discomfort for generations. The honest scope is to never swallow the mixture, and do not use it daily, as continuous use can disrupt your natural, healthy oral microbiome. You save $10 on medicated oral rinses. 10th is softening hardened earwax. The industry lye is a specialty eardrop removal kit. The method is to place 3 drops of peroxide in the ear. While lying flat on your side, let it crackle and fizz for 5 minutes. Sit up and gently flush the ear with warm water using a bulb syringe. The effervescence mechanically breaks apart the dense lipids in the cerumen or earwax, allowing it to flow out. This was a common rural remedy before rushing to a clinic for a simple block. The honest scope is to never use this method if you suspect a ruptured eardrum or have an active ear infection. You save $12 a kit. 11th is treating mildew in damp spaces. The industry lie is a specialty mold abatement spray. The method is to spray undiluted peroxide directly onto the damp basement wall or windowsill. Let it sit for 15 minutes to penetrate and scrub it away. The science proves that peroxide penetrates porous surfaces like wood, and cinderblock to kill the fungal roots, whereas standard chlorine bleach primarily bleaches the surface color, leaving the roots alive. This practice kept our root cellars safe and clean for winter food storage. The honest scope is that it will not fix a structural water leak, so you must solve the underlying moisture problem first, or the mold will return. You save $20 a gallon. 12th is cleaning the interior of a refrigerator. The industry lie is a specialty appliance interior wipe. The method is to empty the icebox, spray down the glass shelves, and plastic walls with peroxide, wait 3 minutes, and wipe with a clean, damp cloth. The science is its ability to sanitize surface bacteria from raw meat spills without leaving behind any toxic chemical residue or artificial perfumes that could transfer to your food. Farm wives used this same principle to clean the stone shelves of the spring house. The honest scope is that peroxide lacks the surfactants to cut through heavy, dried grease, so wipe up butter or oil spills with soap first. You save $6 on a pack of disposable wipes. 13th is sanitizing household humidifiers. The industry lie is a specialty humidifier, bacteriostatic treatment liquid. The method is to add a 1/4 cup of peroxide to a gallon of water. When cleaning the empty tank, swish it around vigorously, let it sit for 20 minutes, and rinse it out. The chemistry destroys the slime molds and pink bacteria that thrive in stagnant water environments. This keeps the air in the winter sick room clean and breathable. The honest scope is to ensure you rinse the tank thoroughly before turning the machine back on, so you do not atomize raw peroxide into the air you breathe. You save $10 a bottle. 14th is reviving wilted greens. The industry lie is a specialty crisper drawer liner or freshness packet. The method is to add 1 tablespoon of peroxide to a large bowl of cold water. Soak the limp lettuce or celery for 20 minutes and pat it dry. The extra oxygen is absorbed by the plant cells, restoring their turgidity and bringing back the crisp snap of fresh vegetables. Frugal grandmothers did this to save garden greens that were harvested in the heat of the afternoon sun. The honest scope is to eat the greens within a day of doing this, as they will not keep long in the fridge after being soaked. You save $5 on wasted produce. 15th is the sanitation of garden tools. The industry lie is a specialty greenhouse disinfectant dip. The method is to spray your pruning shears with peroxide. After cutting a diseased branch, wiping the blades dry before moving to the next tree or plant. The science is the rapid oxidation of plant pathogens, preventing the spread of blight or rust from one tomato plant to another. Old orchardmen kept a simple spray bottle in their tool buckets for this exact reason. The honest scope is to always oil your tools at the end of the day, as the oxidizing nature of peroxide can encourage rust on bare steel over time. You save $15 on agricultural sanitizers. We must respect the tools we use in our homes. Here is the plain safety word for handling this item. First, never ingest it. It is for external and environmental use only. Second, Always store it in the dark brown bottle it comes in, because light rapidly degrades the real chemistry back into plain water. Third, never mix hydrogen peroxide and vinegar in the same bottle or bucket. Doing so creates prussic acid, which is highly corrosive and can burn your skin and lungs. Fourth, strictly use the standard 3% household concentration. Never bring industrial 35% food-grade peroxide into your home without professional knowledge, as it can cause severe, immediate chemical burns. Let us look at what we have replaced today. We replaced the mold remover, the grout whitener, the produce wash, the fungicide, the stain remover, the laundry bleach, the mouthwash, and a dozen other plastic bottles. The average family spends easily $300 a year on these specialized, heavily marketed liquids. A year's supply of simple brown bottles of peroxide costs perhaps $10. Over 20 years of keeping a household, that is, a savings of $5,800. The industry wants us to forget this knowledge. They know that a self-reliant home is not a profitable demographic for them. When you understand the basic components of the world, you stop buying their colorful packaging and start relying on your own hands. I ask you to do this one simple thing this week. Count the plastic bottles under your kitchen and bathroom sinks. Then, go to the pharmacy. Buy one brown bottle of 3% hydrogen peroxide for $1, and try it on your bathroom grout or a stained cutting board. Experience the quiet satisfaction of simplicity and competence. I also ask you to share your knowledge in the comments below. What is one forgotten cleaning or fixing skill your grandparents used that modern folks have abandoned? Take care of your homes, folks. Next time, we will discuss the quiet, enduring power of plain baking soda.